Frederick, Colorado, quiet streets, good schools, big homes. This was the life Chris and Shanann Watts built for themselves. From the outside, they were the all-American family. Chris worked for an oil company. Shanann, a lupus survivor and wellness advocate, was pregnant with their third child. Their daughters, Bella and Celeste, were sweet, curious, and loved their father deeply. Shanann posted frequently on Facebook, sharing glowing tributes to her amazing husband. But beneath the social media shine, trouble brewed. Their marriage was strained. Chris had become withdrawn, distant, even cold. Shanann noticed a change, but didn't know what it truly meant. August 13th, 2018. Shanann arrived home from a business trip at 2 a.m. She never left the house again. Later that morning, a friend grew concerned when she couldn't reach Shanann. A wellness check led police to the Watts home. No sign of Shanann. No sign of the girls. Chris appeared cooperative, but strangely calm. He said they were gone. He didn't know where. Maybe Shanann left out of frustration. But nothing in the house supported that story. Her purse, phone, keys, and car were all there. Within hours, the story became a national mystery. Where was Shanann Watts and her two daughters? As investigators dug deeper, Chris's calm behavior raised red flags. He showed little emotion, gave inconsistent answers, and seemed more focused on clearing his name than finding his family. Surveillance footage from a neighbor showed Chris backing his truck into the garage early that morning. Unusual behavior. He claimed he loaded tools. The neighbor disagreed. Chris then went on TV, pleading for his family's return. Shanann, Bella, Celeste, if you're out there, come back. If somebody has them, bring them back. But behind the scenes, detectives were learning the truth. Chris was having an affair with a co-worker, Nicole Kessinger. Their relationship was intense. He told her he was separating from Shanann. He searched online for apartments, love songs, and vacation spots. He wanted a new life, but without the responsibility of children or a wife. Texts between Chris and Nicole showed a man eager to escape. But instead of divorce, he chose murder. Chris failed a polygraph test. Pressured by investigators, he first claimed Shanann killed the girls, and he killed her in rage. It was a lie. Days later, he confessed. He strangled Shanann in their bedroom after she confronted him about the affair. Then, as his daughters walked in and asked what was wrong, he calmly loaded their mother's body into his truck and drove 45 minutes with the girls alive in the back seat. At an oil field where he worked, Chris smothered Celeste. Then Bella. Her last words were, "Daddy, no." He stuffed their small bodies into oil tanks. He buried Shanann nearby. In November 2018, Chris Watts pleaded guilty to 5 counts of first-degree murder to avoid the death penalty. He received 5 life sentences without parole. The world watched in disbelief as details surfaced. A man once seen as a devoted father had committed one of the most unthinkable crimes imaginable, calculated, emotionless, and with full awareness of what he was doing. Shanann's family became advocates for domestic violence awareness. Nicole Kessinger vanished from public view. Chris now spent his life in a Colorado prison, alone with the memory of what he destroyed. Chris Watts didn't snap. He planned. He lied. He smiled for cameras while hiding the horror beneath his boots. The motive was selfish. Freedom. The method was cold. Calculated execution of the people who loved him most. The face of evil isn't always angry. Sometimes it smiles.